Okay. Well, actually, I don't need this anymore. Let me wipe this down. Sorry it looks so crowded and messy, but that's what happens when you decide to make a double batch. Okay. Now the soap is $1.97. Okay, okay, perfect. Hey, Rena. Not Rena. Okay, now that we have all this together, I'm going to pour the pine tar. I'm actually going to mix it. I know I'm going to need a little water in here. Sometimes I have to add extra water at the end in the pine tar because it gets so thick. It's so funny. I have some soaper friends that are not allowed to make pine tar in their home because their husband hates the smell of it. But yet all my clients love the pine tar. I use it for my face. I don't use it for my body. But I have a lot of people that use it for their body and their face. Personally, I can't take the smell all over my body. It doesn't stay on your body, but while I'm showering, I can't take the smell. I can take it long enough to wash my face with it, but that's it. But I have other clients that use it all over, every day, and they can. I usually pre-measure my essential oils at the beginning, but because I didn't want the smell to overwhelm my home, I'm just going to measure it out now. And what I use for the pine tar is tea tree and lavender. And this is why my pine tar is delayed, because I had to wait for the company to get the tea tree back in stock. So that's why, between that and having to leave town for a funeral, it just kind of threw me off. on my schedule. I'm going to start moving some stuff out the way so I can be ready to mold this soap. Okay, this is essential oil. I already put tea tree. I put lavender, put tea tree. I cannot wait to be able to buy bigger batches of essential oils too, so they last longer. The only one that I've been able to buy a big batch of is my lemongrass. Besides that, everything are the smaller ones. So this is how much essential oils I have going in the soap. It's funny because as soon as I pour the essential oils, the soap is going to heat up again, and then I have to let it cool. Let's see where we are now. Okay. I don't know if you can see the smoke coming up. It's 191 now. Okay, let's give this just a second to get a little cooler. And although I make my soaps from home, everything is kept separate. So I don't mix my cooking utensils with my soaping utensils. If it's used for cooking, if it's used for soap even one time, that's done. It stays for the soap. And keep everything separate. Even where I keep my items. So up to here, this is all I have for my home. These 3 cabinets. Everything else is soaping. Soaping has taken over my home. My poor kids. They come home to a crock pot full of soap instead of a crock pot or a stock pot full of food. All right, we are ready to rock and roll. I am done with this batch. Make sure everything at the bottom is stirred. And And then I'll get to do this all over again off screen and clean up because it's a big mess here. Okay. As I'm molding, it's going to get a little noisy because I have to bang this down to make sure that it settles. And whatever falls over, I just scoops that up for the household. So by the time I cut this soap, it's 8 ounces. So what I do is I turn around and I split it in half because I sell my soaps no bigger than maybe 4 ounces. My soap sizes are between 3.5 and 4 ounces. It depends on the soap. The pine tar is usually about 3.7 to 4 ounces. But on the website, I just put 4.5 to always be on the, 3.5 to always be on the safe side. Whoops. I rather put it lower and you get your bar bigger than to put it higher and your bar comes out smaller. Because if you know about soaping, once the water comes out, it will make your bar smaller. Okay, so this is how I make your pine tar soap. Let me make sure I have no questions, and I actually want to show you guys how it lathers. Again, I just made this soap, so it will lather better in a few days, but at least you can see some of it. And this, what's left over, is staying for the house. So this, I'll scrape it up, and that will be for my home. But let me actually move this out the way, and then I'll show you how it lathers. Oh, so here you go. Okay, so since this piece is a little dry, I'm going to, where is it? Where did it go? I'm going to show you how it lathers. Here's a bowl of water. As soon as I show you this, I'm going to look through the questions and see what I can answer for you, okay? So here you go. Whoops. And that was a tiny piece of the pine tar that I took to show you the bubbles and lather. The more you wet it, of course, the more bubbles you'll see. And as it starts to dry too, you'll see more bubbles. But here's your pine tar soap. Nice lather, nice bubbles, and very good for your skin. Okay, let me rinse my hands and check out your questions before I end this live stream. Actually, let me just rinse it in the sink. So everybody that ordered their set, their pine tar set and scar butter, I believe after the 20th, will get theirs. It will be shipped out by Friday. It will be shipped out by Friday. Again, because of the funeral and the company having the tea tree on back order, it just threw everything out of whack. So if you placed your order after the 20th, it will be shipped out by Friday. So let me look through this real quick for any questions. Okay, Raina, if you're still on, send a payment by today, no later tomorrow, so I can get it out within this week's shipping, so you're not waiting 10 days. Because now the time frame that I give everybody is once you make your payment, you're getting your products are being shipped within 10 days. So if you get your payment in today or tomorrow, then I'll have it out when I ship everything else by Friday. Okay. No, I'm not really giving away the secret, because the cool thing is, even though I give you guys my recipe, well, I didn't give you guys my recipe. I just showed you guys some of the process. But even if you turn around and make your own, it doesn't always come out the same. So I like to share, one, for people that have their own company. That's how I learned, is from other people sharing. And then plus, even if I were to hand my recipe over, you wouldn't be able to make the same product. It's almost like cooking. You turn your recipe over to somebody and they can't cook it the same way. So I don't think you guys was able to see my recipe. Oh, no. Okay. Had me double thinking here. Okay, let's see. My phone died and I just cut back on. I'll message you when it... Okay, perfect. Having watched this video. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, cool. All right, I'll have your slice ready for you. I will be at the farmer's market this weekend. I do have another funeral to attend, but we're actually waiting for the body to come from Haiti. Another friend that passed away. The one this weekend was my cousin. The other one, a friend passed away. We're waiting for the body to come in. So I will have another funeral to attend in the next coming weeks, but I will definitely always, if I can't be at the farmer's market, I will always have Carrie have my products. And this time she'll have my pine tar soap too. I apologize, there's been so much going on in the family and friends, and it's just been kind of crazy. So whether I'm there or not, I will always have products there for you guys to pick up. This, between the pine tar soap and the scar butter, I'm gonna say yes, it does even out your skin tone, because I've had one person that I actually see her skin is more evened out since she's been using my products, which she's been using the pine tar and the scar butter. And I've had somebody else tell me that they noticed that their skin is evening out. So Carrie, the one that has the farmer's market next to mine that sells my products when I'm not there, her skin is really evening out really, really nice. And she's kind of mad at me because I didn't push my products on her. She's been selling her candles at the market since February, and she's just now using my pine tar and scar butter. So as I always like to tell everybody, either via my post or live stream, you have to try for yourself, because everybody's skin responds differently. So whereas I could tell you, yes, I've noticed it's even out other people's skin tone and they're loving their skin, your skin might not have the same response. So that's why I sell that package at such a inexpensive starting price, because I want to give you the opportunity to try something. A lot of you guys have tried so many things throughout the years of trying to get your skin the way you want it to be, and you've dished out hundreds of dollars. So that's not what Donata Skinfood is about. I want you to try the products. Yes, once you've tried it, it is expensive to keep renewing, but you have to remember, one, you know it works. Two, it's completely natural. When I say 100%, I mean 100%. I'm not adding anything in there to make my products last longer. That's why I sell things in a smaller jar so that you can use it faster. So when I say it's the real deal, it's the real deal. I'm not cutting anything. I'm not saying I have shea butter and I have half shea and I have something else. Whatever I tell you is in your products, you're getting at 100%. If it says organic, you're getting at organic. If it doesn't say organic, then you're getting the pure product itself. So your pine tar and scar butters, you're spending less than $30 for 2 of them, and that includes shipping. The pine tar is the regular size pine tar soap, which I don't have one to show you. And the scar butter is a tiny sample. Give me a second, I'm gonna show it to you guys. So for less than 30, don't excuse the mess. You guys know I just finished cooking. For less than 30, you're getting 3.5 to 4 ounces of soap, which is this size, and you're getting the scar butter, which is this size. It's very small, it's tiny, but it'll last you a week or 2, depending on how much area you have to cover and how this one I'm not selling it. The oil's kind of separated, so this is not one I'm selling, but this is the size of the sample scar butter. This will last you 1 to 2 weeks depending on how much area you have to cover. If you're just using it on your face, this will last you 1.5 weeks. On my YouTube channel, I show you how to use this butter because you only need a little bit, and I will actually show you, since this is not one to sell, I'll show you right now. So you see this little bit I have here? I'm gonna put it right here. You see how tiny it is? Let's see how it spreads. So it gives you a nice coverage. So I only use a little bit. So when you're putting it on your face, and I'm not going to show you now because I didn't just wash my face, but you put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you put the small amount that I showed you right after you wash your face, don't dry your skin, kind of like massage the scar butter into your skin while it's still damp. It will spread further and it will last longer. So this is the set you get. Remember, this is not pine tar. I'm just showing you what this pine tar soap would look like if I had the pine tar in my hand. This is my spinach soap. But the two of this, less than $30. That includes shipping. That includes tax. That includes the PayPal fee. And you're having an amazing natural, 100% natural product to use on your face for 1 to 2 weeks. And then what I've been noticing people are doing is, because they have pine tar left over, they're moving on to the full size. And duh, I should have gotten the full size. Let me show you what the full size look like. I have to make more. So right now you have an empty container you're looking at. So this is the full size, and the way you get it with a lid, and this is the full size. And honestly, again, if you're using it just on your face, this should last you 1 or 2 months. You only need a little bit at a time. Now, I do have some people that have skin issues all over their body, so they're having to use more. So of course that would not last as long, but it all depends on the area you have to cover. So this is a sample, $5. This price is actually going to be going up in September or October. We'll see. But I wanted to introduce these at a lower price. The samples are always going to be $5. But I wanted to introduce this at a lower price to get feedback, to get reviews. I mean, this is something that God kind of had me put together for my daughter, and it just kind of blew up. So I'll make an announcement when that happens, but get yours while you can. It's not going to be more than $50 when the price goes up. That I know for sure, but I need to calculate everything and actually price it correctly. So let's see what else I have here. I don't know how long the bar lasts, because it depends on the size of the person. Your 3 people could be 3 kids. Somebody else's 3 people could be 3 adults. Some of the adults could be 100 pounds. The other adults could be 300 pounds. So it's always hard to tell people how long things are going to last. What I can tell you is that never let any natural product sit in water. Natural soaps, you never let it sit in water. It will dissolve. So when you finish taking a shower, you can do 1 or 2 things. You could take the soap out of the shower so the next person doesn't let the water run all over the soap. Or you can have a rack that you put the soap on. You know, those that have the slots that are open, you can put the soap on there and the next person can use it. Or you cut the soap in 3 pieces and let everybody use their own. Give them each a piece, and then when they finish, go use another, give them another piece. But whatever you do, don't leave it in water. And for me, this bar soap could last me a month and a half. I take very good care of my soaps in between, and depending on if I worked out during the day or not, I'm taking 1 or 2 showers. So what I will tell you is that if you use a washcloth to shower with, I've told people, lather your body first, then use the washcloth to exfoliate. Because what I've noticed is if you take a washcloth and you twist the soap in the washcloth and you look at the washcloth is keeping most of the soap and a little bit is going on your body. So to make your soaps last longer, and if you want to use a washcloth, lather your body first, wet the soap, wet the washcloth. If you want to put a little soap on it, you can, but don't let that be your whole process. Soaping up, lather, soaping up, exfoliating, soaping up, exfoliating. No, lather your whole body first, then use the washcloth. Okay, that's it. I love mine. Fast shipping. Thank you. Can't wait to try. Awesome. Yes, your order will be going out this week for the hair butters. What do you recommend? Strong Oh, what do you recommend storing the soap in? You don't have to have something to store the soap in. Just make sure it's not in a container that holds water. You know, back in the days how we had those containers and there was no holes in it. You don't want that. You could either take it out of the shower and put it next to the sink. You could even sit it on a washcloth. Just make sure. The whole point is make sure your soap is drying in between use. That's what you want to make sure. Because my soaps are expensive. You want them to last long. So be sure you take very good care of them. Yay! Awesome. Here's another testimony. Cinnamon, send me that in my DM so I can actually post it on Instagram, because I know my Insta stories won't let me capture your message. So if you can, send me a message on DM and I'll be more than happy to share it with everybody. But I'm excited to know that within a week you're noticing that your blemishes are fading. I love hearing that. Okay, so I covered about the storing the soap. Awesome. Yes, the scar butter you could use as a spot treatment, but I tell everybody go ahead and just pamper your skin, and you could use it all over your face like that. If you have any other tiny blemishes, or if you have some discoloration on your skin, you're actually feeding your whole face at the same time. So if you have enough, go ahead and feed your whole face at the same time. If you don't, if you're using the sample, do the spot treatment, and then when you get the full size bar, go ahead and indulge your skin and feed your whole face. How much is the full price? Are the prices the same at the market? Yes, the prices are the same at the market, and it's $40 now. The prices will be going up, but for right now, the full size is $40 for the scar butter. Regarding storing the soap in a glass or plastic jar, I've never done that. And the only thing I could think of, which will probably not be beneficial, is that if your soap is wet and you put it in a jar and you close the lid, you're not allowing your soap to dry in between. So then when you go to use it again, it may be extra soft. So I would advise not to store it in anything that will close and not let air ventilate. So whatever it is, let it dry in between time. Okay, guys, hopefully you got to see the process. If you didn't get to jump in at the beginning, this is a 2-part live stream of showing how I make the pine tar soap. Although I finished this batch, I have to turn around and make another one, which I still got on the stove. If you can see, I actually still have it here. So when I'm done, I'm gonna jump off of live, eat lunch real quick, and start the next batch so that we're never running out of pine tar. So I can always have the supplies up and ready for you guys. I appreciate you guys. Share my information with others. If you know anybody having skin issues, please have them reach out to me so I can help them, so all our skin could be popping. Thank you, guys. Stay tuned to more live streams this week on other products that I'll be making. All right? Thank you. Have a blessed day. Bye.